I spend hours on crypto Twitter, so you don't have to. Here's what's happening. Yesterday, the big news of the day came from the SEC's chair, Paul Atkins. Throughout 2025, it's been pretty clear that Paul Atkins is favorable, at the very least, to the crypto industry and to blockchain technology in general. Yesterday, he had crypto Twitter buzzing from a speech he gave at the Philadelphia Federal Reserve. Then, if you flash back a few years under the Biden administration, the SEC wasn't exactly super favorable to the crypto industry and blockchain technologies. At the Federal Reserve, Chair Atkins laid out his vision for a regulatory agenda or regulatory clarity for the crypto industry and blockchain technologies. There are three big highlights that are getting crypto Twitter quite excited. The first is something Chair Atkins laid out and called his token taxonomy. The concept of the token taxonomy is that things like digital collectibles and digital tools are not going to be securities. Another thing included in that bucket is digital commodities, which are not going to be securities if Chair Atkins has his way. Of course, in that taxonomy, he talked about digital securities. So these are things like tokenized stocks. Those, he said plainly, are securities. Tokenizing a security, still a security. The second thing he highlighted is pretty in the weeds. There's been a concern from folks in the crypto world about whether something can start as a security, but then eventually not be a security. The specific term of import is something called an investment contract, which, according to securities law, is a security. The previous US administration took the perspective that it's like once a security, always a security. Chair Atkins explicitly said that he thinks things can go from being securities during the time of the investment contract. Then when the investment contract ends, that thing will no longer be a security. So once a security, not necessarily always a security. The third thing Chair Atkins talked about is maybe the most important of all. Again, in 2015, crypto technology, on-chain technology, just not that important to the SEC. But it's 2025, and Chair Atkins made it very clear that, in his view, crypto is a top priority, something where not only does the SEC want to take clear regulatory stances that allow the industry to build, do what it needs to do, but also he wants legislation to help clear that way. Anyway, seems the government shutdown is coming to an end, so I think we might see a lot more from Chair Atkins and the SEC when it comes to crypto and crypto Twitter.